What is going on, viewers of YouTube? Sunspot here, and I am back giving you guys my review of the Bandai Power Rangers Ninja Storm Legacy Collection Red Ranger 7-inch collectible figure. Well, as per usual, I do want to highlight the packaging. Nothing special, some warning labels. The Bandai logo again does say Saban's Power Rangers with the lightning bolt symbol there in the middle. To the side, we do have the Build-A-Figure Megazord symbol, looking very cool. Can't wait to review that. Some red little lightning bolt strikes, looking very pretty. Do have the transparent cover of where you would see the figure inside with all of his accessories. And at the back, you could tell there is a little cardboard cutout of the Power Rangers insignia, which is pretty cool. You can actually take it out and use for display, which I hadn't mentioned in my other reviews, unfortunately. Down at the bottom, have a really pretty image of the Red Ranger. Love his little insignia on his forehead, looking so badass. And of course, at the bottom, it does say Power Rangers Ninja Storm. And here to the side, it does say the Legacy Collection Red Ranger. Besides the box, don't really have anything special. Continues that red lightning bolt streak, as well as the transparent cover. And same goes for the other side of the box, minus the lightning bolts. Top of the box continues that red stream, as well as it's saying Power Rangers Ninja Storm. And bottom of the box shouldn't even be noted. Back of the box is actually pretty cool. Do have the Build-A-Figure Dino Megazord, looking so freaking cool. Does highlight all the Rangers you need to build him. At the top, it does say collect the Rangers and build the Dino Megazord. Pretty awesome. Brings back some really cool memories of the old DC line. And there are all the Power Rangers figures in the wave so far. As for the figure himself, this is actually pretty cool. I do have a slight issue with this figure, and honestly, your figure probably doesn't even have the same problem. The main issue is that his legs, as you could tell, they are completely bent. I put him in the most upward position I could to make his legs as straight as possible, but you could tell they definitely are misshapen. But besides that, the figure is fully articulated and highly detailed. Let's take a closer look. Straight off the bat, you could tell this guy's head sculpt is pretty much spot on. Something that bothers me, and this relates to the leg issue, you could tell obviously the figure is a little bit crooked right now. His left shoulder here, technically his right actually, just the one right here is definitely slanting that way, unfortunately, because of his legs, so that's just bothering me right now. But besides that, the head sculpt is really nice. I do love the pterodactyl insignia right here on his forehead. It is beautifully sculpted and indented. It's not just painted on. It, you can actually feel it. It's really nice. I love the gold rim around the visor too. It is so nice. The glossy black they used for the visor is actually not too bad. I wish it was a bit shinier, but really there's nothing you can do. And luckily I don't really have much paint wear here on these little white rims, which is always a plus. Love these gold rims, looking so freaking cool. Do love how it's sculpted like an actual pterodactyl's wings. I thought that was a really nice touch. Honestly, I never even thought of it until literally right now, so that was a cool touch. Love the red they used with the figure. It's really nice and glossy. No paint wear, and it's just really nice. I do kind of find this little piece right here annoying. You could tell that's where they, fuse the plastic together, so that's a little bit annoying. You could tell there's some indentations here at the top. Love this little Deadpool, little saggy spot on his helmet, just, very Deadpool-esque. And the neck is pretty much straightforward, nothing too much going on, a pitch white. At least the red doesn't seep into it, which is always a plus. And same goes for the rest of the figure. Again, love the pterodactyl insignia here on his chest. It's looking so badass, giving you guys a closer look. No paint wear whatsoever, so it's really nice. It's slightly indented at the rims here, so it's not fully painted on, just, it's mostly. Love how they sculpted the abs, and I mentioned this in a previous review, but they actually painted the insignia all the way upwards into the chest cavity here, so even if you articulate it all the way upwards, there's no there's no ravine, you know, there's no ravine of red. It's just a constant white, which is, you know, they didn't have to do that. That's just really nice of them to do. Love these gold rims here on the shoulders, especially on the neck here. Makes it look really, really classy. The back, you can tell they definitely sculpted some muscle definition, very little, and I'll explain what this peg is for later. Love the chainmetal, though, on the arms here. I don't know how it's appearing on camera. They're very, very glossy in person. And I don't really like what they did with the joints here. I think they could have made them match the chainmetal a little bit more. They're kind of out of place, but, you know, what can you do? Here's his little gauntlets, looking very, very pretty. A lot of detail in these little pieces. I was pleasantly surprised, actually. Love the little black spots they put in here in the Ranger key and stuff, so very pretty. Little red armor plating on the back of the hand. Show the other gauntlet. Very, very cool. The gauntlet's actually very similar to the little belt buckle right here, which is, you know, it's cool. Nothing too much going on with the belt. Pretty much two colors, you know, just the gold and the glossy black. Actually a duller black than the visor, which is a little bit weird, but hey. Then moving down on the figure, do love the red. It's a very potent apple red, so it was a nice touch. It's definitely reflective in person. I don't know how it is on camera, but definitely reflective in person. The gauntlets, again, continues that belt buckle design under the knees here. And again, you know, you could tell they are definitely misshapen. They're very rubberized, so whoever packaged these did a very poor job. And it sucks that I had to pick this one, but you know, it really doesn't bother me that much. Just when you're looking at him up close, it does. Love the boots here. I say this in all the Ranger reviews. They could definitely add some more definition here in the boots. You could tell the straps could use some more definition, but overall, really good job. As for the articulation, these are really highly articulated figures. Luckily, I'll say this in every single review, I am so grateful that we have Power Rangers figures that are actually posable, so something different and just super excited to show you guys here. His head can go up about that much, good for some real cool flying ninja poses. His head can go down that much, as well as rotate the full 360 and can slightly wobble, basically nothing. His shoulder joint here can rotate fully as well as go out and in. His bicep, or upper arm, actually can rotate fully as well. He does have two joints here at the elbow, which is always nice. His forearm can actually rotate fully, and his wrists, I can give you guys a better look, can rotate fully. They're actually on two joints, so you can get a lot of flexibility here, which is nice. As far as his abs go, can go forward that much, back a lot, and his waist cannot fully articulate, can go basically this far to the left and right, still pretty good. His legs can go forward that much, back that much, even though they kind of go to the right a little bit. And he can do the splits, which is really cool. His upper thigh here can rotate slightly, just make sure to hold this upper piece here. And his knees can definitely do a really cool double jointed pose, which is always nice. His calves can rotate fully. His foot can go forward that much, back that much, and of course he does have ankle pivot. As for size, the Red Ranger stands at about 7 inches tall, maybe even taller. I do have my trusty measuring tape here to see. He is actually right at 7 inches, which is pretty cool. Just for some more proof, right at 7 inches. Do have the Red Ranger here right next to his Blue Ranger counterpart, and I just love how these look together. If you want more of this, just check out the description. You can get a link directly to my toy photography, but Red Ranger is definitely a little bit taller, especially in person, but still perfect scale. Do have the Red Ranger here next to the standard Marvel Legends Iron Man figure. Red Ranger is definitely bulkier and taller. Doesn't really make sense, but hey, these aren't made to be in scale with each other. And here he is next to my alpaca. As for accessories, this is really all you get besides the Build-A-Figure pieces. You do get the Ranger sword right here encased in a sheath, which is really, really nice. I'll say this again, could use more definition here in the red handle, but overall it's a pretty cool sculpt, definitely very rubberized, so be careful, don't let anything lay on this or bend it, because this will misshapen, just like his legs did. And here is his unsheathed Red Ranger power sword here, looking very, very pretty. I do love the gold rim that encases the silver edge of the sword. Not sharp at all, unfortunately, but hey, what can you do? Do love these little indentations on the handle. Very nice, and this thing is really crazy rubbery, so just, like I said, be careful. And to show you guys where to put the accessories, legit, take your sheathed sword, take your figure, there's obviously a hole at the back, a peg on the side of the sword here, and just plug it in, and you could tell he just looks super badass now. And to show you guys how well he can hold the sword, he can hold it pretty well. Be careful when putting this in, it definitely takes some force, you really gotta work with it, but eventually you do get it in, and it, you know, this thing is really, really sturdy in there. He grips it pretty tightly, so, you know, no matter how much you wiggle this thing around, it's not going anywhere. And as for the Build-A-Figure piece, we are finally done with the Megazord, people. Thank God. This guy, unlike the other two in the wave so far, just comes with one piece, which is okay with me considering it's the head and the body along with the torso, but just showing you guys the detail, and I want to save this for the review. I'm not really going to go into this, but very nice detail. A lot of paint applications here that I would like to highlight in the video. His head's actually articulated slightly, can definitely wobble. Unfortunately, no waist joint, which kind of sucks, but the amount of articulation that his limbs will have will just, you know, you could just completely disregard that. Also, I am not sure why, forgive me if I am just being stupid, but these back pieces can actually come off. I'm not honestly sure if these can connect to the limbs or something, or what their purpose is. I don't remember this honestly being on the toy when Ninja Storm first came out, but these are definitely removable. So overall, this is a great, great figure, and honestly, I do recommend getting this guy. Just make sure not to get the Red Ranger with bent legs, because that really, honestly pissed me off. But overall, this is a really good figure if you do want to finish your Dino Megazord and have a complete Build-A-Figure Megazord for the first time. I highly recommend picking this guy up. And with that said, people, if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, comment, check out my site at SunSpotReviewz.com, and I will see you guys in my next video.